Hello. Before we dive into part 2 of this episode, I gotta ask, did you catch part 1? If not, hit pause real quick. You'll want to start from the beginning to get the full effect. The link to part 1 is right down in the description below. Go ahead, catch up, and we'll be right here waiting for you, ready to dive into part 2 when you're all set. It's worth it, I promise.
I love this, Leila. So what part of your journey has required the most bravery and courage?
Losing my kid was the first one. And leaving my job and jumping into the unknown was the second one. Because actually, when you arrive at a certain point in your career, you have security and you have built something. And when you have your family and the responsibility, then the security is important.
Is it real security, though? Is it real security, Leila?
It's a perception of security. It's a perception of security. And we all have kind of perception of security and definition of what it is.
Yeah.
My perception of security was having a job that I'm paid each month. And when I jumped into entrepreneurship, I could wait 6 months at the beginning to start being paid at some point. But then your first pay is paying you more than you would have had in your 9 to 5 job. Like the patience to get through it, and also the trust that it will arrive at some point, because if you don't trust that it will arrive, you will not do all the actions.
Yeah.
And trust is not just sitting here and saying, oh, I trust that it will arrive. No, it's just working your way through it and saying there's no reason why I will not succeed. There's no reason.
Yeah.
And it will arrive some point, and not putting the pressure on when it will arrive. And this is a big mistake that I did at the beginning of my journey.
Yeah.
It's putting the pressure, saying if I don't succeed in 6 months, then I going back, or I'm doing this. But then when I started failing, is I reached the 6 months and didn't reach my result. Then I dropped this. And when I dropped the expectation, then I started really moving. And my business started really moving. It's dropping the expectation. And as I say, I don't know. And it's okay. And it could be amazing, and it could drop at any time. And releasing the pressure, I started moving with my heart. I started moving with my soul. I started doing my best. Doing my best. Doing my best was the most amazing thing I learned on my journey. And it took me moving from control to, what do we call it? Surrender.
Right.
And surrender into the journey, and the new definition of surrender. Because at the beginning I was hearing, oh, you need to surrender. Surrender is like, oh, surrender, and then who's going to run? No, this is not the surrender. Surrender is not doing. Surrender is not being attached to the results.
We all want that positive result, right?
And this is what creates frustration. Having expectation, not reaching the expectation. But when you don't have the expectation, you keep going.
It doesn't affect you. It doesn't stress you out. But there is some reality check here. Like for me, my husband has a very good job and allows me to grow a business without a whole lot of expectation of monetary. Whatever I bring in is great. It helps pay for house improvements and vacations and a new car maybe, or something like that. It's not required to pay our primary bills. So that has given me freedom to not be so focused on the results, because I have this amazing support of my husband's financial contributions. Not everyone who's listening has that. So how do you not attach the result to your livelihood and to let that human need to be secure? How do you do that?
I love this question because I don't feel that with only the salary of my husband, we will have the lifestyle that we have today. So I don't come from a situation and say, oh, everything that I bring in is just cherry on top of the cake. No, that was not the case. And leaving Paris to come to Morocco, I needed to have the revenues that enables me to come here. I left, I was 18 years old. I don't have a network here. Okay. I don't used to have. Now I do have. But when I just came, nobody knew who I was. And something that I always advise my friend to do and my clients to do is build your financial security first. So when I started the entrepreneurial journey, I didn't say, oh, let's go start an entrepreneurial journey. Let's just quit and move on. It took me time. And the time that it took me is, okay, now I have a 9 to 5 job that pays for my bills. Let me build the financial security so that when I unplug from that, I don't use entrepreneurship to get the money, because it's an energetic field. It's really energetic. When you're really attached to something, it doesn't really come. And there are different levels of wealth. There is the security level and the provider level, okay? And then when you have this provider level, it's the security. If you don't have it, your mindset will always be on the provider. So it's important to unlock this provider. Would that be with your partner? Would that be with heritage? Would that be with you building your own security? And this is what I've done for me. I've built my own financial security before leaving. And then you open doors to possibilities.
Yeah. I didn't really have that opportunity though. I was a VP of marketing making very good money. And I married my active duty Army husband, who was just starting out as a private first class in the Army. And I don't know if anybody knows, but they don't make a lot of money. And I had to make my career as mobile as his. I didn't have a network when we moved to North Carolina. I was from Michigan. And we move every 3 years. So we have to make networks wherever we go. Like, it's not like I have these roots that are very strong. We've talked about that. So I had to learn to connect and create and become part of my community every single time. Like, I had to really integrate into that. It was a whole different mindset shift for me. But I was an accidental entrepreneur. But circumstances required some bravery and courage. I created a job for myself that was remote in 2011, 2012, when that wasn't a thing back in the day. And I created a job that could follow my husband and his career. But where we are now, I can now build my career and stay where I want and do what I want. Like, I've established it enough. And my business is very much all over. So it's not like it can be remote, it can be those things. But I was not on purpose. And in those early days, I remember, because I used to go on vacation, I owned my own house, I did all these things. In those early days, we couldn't pay our cable bill. And I remember looking at my husband going, this will never happen again.
Yeah.
And it was like something in my mind changed of, this isn't just a job anymore. This is going to be a business and it's going to be successful. And I don't know what that looks like yet, but it's going to be something. And we are going to be able to pay our cable bill. I think my energy changed entirely that day.
Yeah.
Of, there's no options. This is it. This is going to happen. And it was a mindset shift of, well, I'm just figuring it out, to, no, it's going to happen and I'm going to figure it out. Whatever it is, I'm going to figure it out. So there's all these little moments in your journey as an entrepreneur of deciding how to show up, when to show up, what you need to get to that next level, whatever that is for you. For us, it was the cable bill. And what's so ironic is we don't even have cable anymore. We have streaming. And that was a very eye-opening experience for me. Of, this is only $75 and I can't afford to pay it. It just changed everything for me and how I wanted to pursue my business. So energetically, I don't think I was like dependent on it necessarily, but it was also like, this is what's going to happen. So luckily, his career has gone up. My career has gone up. Together we have risen and definitely are fine. But that did change a lot of things for me energetically on where I was going to go for my next step for my business. And at the beginning, I worked for a startup before I started my business. And when I worked for the startup, I saw how hard people worked. Yeah. I saw what it took to make $1 million business into a $10 million business. And when I saw that happen, I was like, I don't want to work that hard. I've done my time with that business and helped build it. I don't know if I want to be the person leading all that. And what happened along the way was, I don't have to lead a business like that. That's a different kind of business. So I think there's a lot of those that happen in an entrepreneurial journey that you have to have these like shifts of mindset and energy to where you are. Every client we have, Leila, is at their own starting point. We meet them where they are.
Absolutely.
And we meet them to like where they want to go next. And we help build something for them, a website and messaging with their vision in mind to even grow into a little bit. Because when you step into your soul strategy, it takes you a minute to get used to it because you've been living in a different frame. And when you're living in your pure soul strategy, it's real vulnerable at first. And you have to sit in it and then grow with it to that next level, because there is an energy shift that happens when you are visible and you're confident and you are sitting in your soul. It's a very big energetic shift as well. Absolutely. And I'm not going to make an assumption, but I'm sure with you, it's so powerfully affirming that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I watch my clients go through that shift. When I see them literally come to life, literally bloom. It's the most beautiful thing to watch and to witness and to be part of as a business owner. And if you had told me 10 years ago, Beverly, you're going to help business owners bloom, I would have chuckled.
I have a mentor who used to tell me, you will wonder how to do it until you will wonder how you did it.
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
Yes, exactly. You're like, how did I not think of it this way? Okay, so is there one belief or pattern that you've had to release in order to finally own who you are and your brand?
Wow, I love this question so much. Because usually people ask, did you have something to add? And now your question is, it has something to release.
Yeah.
I'm still working through this one. It's the letting go. It's the control. Because I come from strategy. I have a business plan. It's the control. And the control of situation. I need to control this. I need to make the situation really perfect. Control the outcome. Control being in perfection, waiting for the perfection to launch something. I found myself that when I put that, I shrink. I spend more time thinking than doing. And actually, the entrepreneurial mindset is to do more than to think, because
Yeah.
you will learn from the doing. So drop in the control and drop in the judgments. Drop in the judgment. Oh my God, I look this way. Oh my God, I talk this way. I call it the monkey in my head. I have too many
Oh,
monkeys in my head.
I call them the flying monkeys from like Wizard of
Really?
Oz. The flying monkeys. You literally have to bat them away. The doubts, the fears, the distractions, the imposter syndrome, the perfectionism, the control. You have to literally bat the flying monkeys
Yeah.
away. Yes.
And
Yes.
now it just, I was judging the monkey. And now I'm sitting with the monkey. I was like, hey, monkey, let's dance. Hey, monkey. What do you have to tell me today? Let's dance.
Yeah,
Okay, you
I love
are
it.
afraid. Okay, it's not perfect. Let's dance.
So just for my listeners, Layla's over here having her own disco party. She is dancing. She's having a big old time. She's dancing with the monkeys. I love it. That is a way you're actually welcoming them. Come on
Yes,
in. Let's dance. Let's figure this out and move on.
absolutely.
That's such a
Not
powerful
away.
way. Really takes it one step further. Let's dance with the monkey. Yes. Even in Wicked, the monkey started out as Alphaba's enemy, and then they started to fly with her. So it's the same thing. Let's just take the monkeys with us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's like bring the monkeys on. This is such a great reframe. I love this so much. It may end up in my book, just so you know.
We'd love to read it.
Yes, I have a draft in play and it's coming out soon. But yes, I talk about the flying monkeys because it's wickedly branded. Like I have a whole Wizard of Oz kind of thing that I tell, and I will have to say now you have to dance with the monkeys. Yeah, that's a great one.
And I use the monkeys because my book was out in May, and I have a forward by Elisabeth Meronneau, which is ex-French minister of equality in France. And I use an analogy of the monkeys, which is a bit different, when I say we are not monkeys. I don't know if you've heard a story about the monkeys that were put in a cage. So they put monkeys in a cage with bananas in the same cage. And each time a monkey tried to grab a banana, then they should fill him with water, a lot of water. So it's powerful. So the first monkey went there and then tried to grab the banana, and then they were shot with water.
Okay.
And then the second one, and then the third one. But at some point, like monkeys start to be afraid, okay? And nobody touched the bananas anymore. So they learned the pattern. And then they were taking other monkeys that didn't know about, and they took in the experiment. This is a real scientific experiment. And they took a monkey and they put them in the cage. And when this new monkey he saw the bananas, so he wants the bananas. So he started to reach out to the bananas. What happens is like the other monkeys stopped him from reaching the bananas
Wow.
because they wanted to protect him. But he didn't understand why he did that. But when he tried the first time, the second time, the third time, and then the other monkeys prevented him from reaching the bananas, then he didn't try anymore. And at some point in the experiment, they removed monkeys that were in the cage one by one and bring new monkeys.
All new.
And at the end, they had in the cage only the monkeys that had never witnessed, but none of them has ever tried to reach the bananas. And none of them was able to explain why.
Why?
Yes. And this is the power of learned behaviors that we don't understand. We inherited behaviors.
Yeah.
And I had once a client tell me, ha ha ha, this is really funny. And they said, okay, so it means that if I want to change the culture, I need to remove all the monkeys at the same time. And then I was shocked. I was like, no, because we are not monkeys.
We are not monkeys.
We are not monkeys. It means that human ability to unlearn and to learn and to grow. So if you train a new behavior, then you'll be able to change your culture.
That's powerful. I think that's the thought process even from the beginning of what a business should look like has been programmed in us from men. And women don't have to run businesses the same way men have run businesses. And this
Absolutely.
untraining of what a business looks like for us. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
this is our time to redefine that. Totally. Yes. I love that example. It's a great example. Now let's talk about like when your marketing kind of came alive. Was there a moment when your brand finally looked and sounded like you, and what had to change to make it feel more like you?
When I started my business, I knew nothing about marketing, I knew nothing about sales, and I had to learn everything from the beginning. I haven't learned this at school. And when I started my business, I thought I was really advanced. As a side hustle, I was like, oh, I will go into launch a product and everyone will buy it. Ha! So cute. And then I started learning from people who are more experienced than me. I started having mentors, coaches, going through courses, trainings. And then each time it hits me, oh my God, I don't have a brand. Oh my God, I don't have a clear voice. And then some strategies resonates and they resonated and others didn't and still don't. So everything that's around chasing, everything that's around pushing is not something that I resonated with. I was like, oh my God, is this marketing?
Mm.
And then what helped me is one mentor who asked me, how, Leila, do you like to buy? And when I started learning from how my buyer experience, then I built a buying experience that is exactly what I love to buy from. I hope that I will get the results out of the money that I invested. So it's an invitational based, always invite. And when I learned that I can do it my way, you know what you said, like it's a feminine way. We
Yeah.
invite, we don't chase, we invite. Then business came to me more effortlessly
Yeah.
than I was trying to chase.
I always say serve, not sell.
Yeah. And
Like,
I had to learn from Americans to get that.
is
This is so American.
it really
Yeah,
interesting?
don't
Serve,
say.
not sell. Yes.
It's being conscious about it. When you try to learn, you learn from
Right.
everyone around the world.
Right.
Then when I see, for example, in my country, we're very welcoming, very welcoming. If you come someday, like everyone will be smiling at you,
Yeah.
everyone wants to serve, everyone wants to help, and this is our nature. We want to help, we want to serve, we want to
Yeah.
receive, we want to welcome, and people witnessed that in the World Cup. A lot of people didn't know about Morocco, and then when it was on the culture, and then we see like everyone like just playing with their heart and trying
Yeah.
their best, and they're in front of very big players and so on, and just collaborating and having this relationship with the family, with the culture. It's rooted in us. And when I started listening to that, it just became effortless.
When you
It's
start listening to what feels right, what is
yeah,
who you are at your very core. There's a lot of theories on selling, there's a lot of theories on marketing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that theory works for you. The one thing I would just caution is just be sure that you're not buying out of your own pocket. Like you're not selling out of your own pocket. So maybe you think it's too expensive because that's your money mindset, but it doesn't mean it's too expensive for someone else. Or it doesn't mean be careful of not putting your own values because of how you were raised on what the buyer might anticipate or feel. There's a lot of people who like won't upsell because they think, oh, that's too much money or something, or they won't raise their prices
to
because
have that.
I won't do that
Guilty.
thing. Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah.
I had to work through it in
Yeah.
order to sustain my business because it was not sustainable. I just wanted to serve, to help
Yes.
the others.
Such
And I
fair.
wasn't, oh my God, she's not paying yet. That's fine. Let's work without contract. That's fine. And then I was like, but this is not fair.
Mm.
And then I was like, who's not being fair? I'm not being fair to me. So many people like, Leila, raise your prices. Leila, raise your prices. No, I can't. No, I won't. Now I raise them.
So that's confidence. That's confidence, Layla.
That's experience.
That's also confidence. Yes. But
My clients, I had my clients tell me, I bought this from your competitor that is 10 times more expensive and yours has more value. So
yours is
please raise your
better. Yes, yes. And I think sometimes if you have a lower price, people don't see the value. They think it's not worth it. So they're not going to necessarily do the thing. I was listening to Seth Godin talk about speakers. He was like, there's a hump and a hump, like in between the hump and the hump. So there's the first hump is the speaker who charges nothing and goes and does the speaking. And then there's the speaker who charges $50,000. If you charge little in between, you're not the thing they want to go, they're not going to think they're going to get the impact from that because they're like, who is that person? Was where you are like $50,000. Oh, this person's going to really create the value. But you have to have the branding, you have to have the messaging, and you have to have the confidence to be able to do that.
Yes, and if you ask me at the beginning of my journey, if my price was low, I will still say no.
Yeah.
It wasn't low. You know why? Because I was building my skills. And I think that sometimes some entrepreneurs, what they do is, okay, let's price very high because people will see the value in that. But then their product is not at this level. So when people come in at a specific price, premium price, you need to have premium product and premium service, right?
Yeah.
And when you don't have premium product and premium service, people start thinking that you're a scam, and they're right.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there is
So
that too.
elevating is okay, price this, but make sure that your product and service is really worth it so that people keep coming back. And this what will make you have a sustainable business over time.
So, what is something that you've had to let go of or delegate that made your business feel more sustainable?
Saying yes to everyone.
Oh, I feel that one. Yep.
Oh, you want me to customize it like this for you? Yes. You want it at this price? Yes, yes.
There's a lot of power in no.
Yeah, and the crowd, the no, and it's not superficial.
No.
The no, like
Intentional.
intentional no. Yes,
Mhm.
I intentionally don't accept it because it needs to be for you, for me, for us. If I win, you win, and both of us wins is a great relationship.
Yeah.
If it's a relationship where you're winning and I'm losing, then we're not going to be able to sustain it anyway. If I'm winning and you're losing, we're not going to be sustain it anyway. So we need to have an equation where everyone wins. And when you have an equation when everyone wins, then it's sustainable over time. So saying no to something when you see that you're losing or that your client is losing is saying yes to your business being able to sustain over time.
Yeah. And being successful and getting referrals and seeing your clients be successful, like that's where you see all the wins. So, what ripple effect do you hope that your story or your voice has on the next generation of entrepreneurs?
There are different things. The first one is very personal. I'm a little girl from Africa, North Africa, in Morocco, and I have a global business. And if any little girl that thinks that she's from nowhere, I want her to listen and to believe that she can do anything she wants. She believes enough. If I can be an example of that, this is the legacy I want to bring. And this from a personal level, from my own kids. Say it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you have been raised. It doesn't matter who your father or your mother is. It doesn't matter if you have been adopted, if you have been your first kid, the last kid. You get to define, you get to choose.
Yeah.
And with this internet and connection, see where you are right now, where I am, and we can
Yeah.
connect, we can discuss, and we can at a soul level connect emotionally and not just speak. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And to not put ourselves into boxes and let ourselves dream and dream big and follow our hearts with purpose and give it everything.
I feel like even when we get done with the 90-minute brand spark experience, when the clients see that what is possible, like it's real, when they have all these ideas and dream, but we've taken it out of the box and made it real for them, when they see what's possible, it's like changes something inside of them.
Absolutely.
And when we activate the brand, when we build the messaging and the website and the logo and all the things for them that feel true to their soul, they say it's like having a baby.
Yeah, I love this. Oh my God, I love this. I love this. And this is, oh my God, I have chills because when I launched my book in May, Beverly, I felt I gave birth.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
felt I gave birth.
Yeah.
And each time I launch a new product, each time I launch a new service, I feel that I'm giving birth.
Yeah. It brings it to life. Talk about energetic, right? You're bringing something literally to life. And sometimes it's hard. Like labor is not easy.
No.
There'll be moments where you have a little bit of peace and calm, and then it'll be a little hard, and then moments of peace and calm. There's like this ebb and flow of working through it. To make a baby is not necessarily all fun and games. There's some parts that are fun. There's some parts that are not so fun. But at the end, when you have this thing that is alive and you've birthed it, you've built it, it's simply magical. It's so when we activate a brand and we give it life, I say in my intro, I boldly bring it to life for them. It really is something so extraordinarily special to see something come to life with some other human. You co-created it. One of our core values is fusion because they're brilliant entrepreneurs that we work with. These amazing women who are purpose driven and big hearted and want to magnify their impact and do all kinds of good things in the world. They're usually overwhelmed overachievers who want to do all the things, and they're brilliant. And then you bring in some really good marketing to go along with it. It creates an action. It creates a reaction so powerful that it activates and brings something to life that wasn't there before, that was simply not there before. For me, that ripple is so powerful in bringing things to life and seeing the power of what is possible for my clients. It resonates so strongly with me, what you say, Leila, because I think that is what gives me purpose. That is where I know I need to help people. So I have this really fun magic hat. It's purple and sparkly. And inside of here are some questions. These are more rapid fire questions. This is like a lightning round, but it's my magic hat round. What is the worst advice you've ever received?
Keep going.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Why is it the worst?
Because when you go in on the wall, then you need to turn, not to keep going.
Ah. Yeah. So don't hurt yourself going through the wall. Yeah.
So work harder.
Yeah.
Work harder. I would say rather than keep going,
Yeah.
work harder.
Yes.
Oh, it's not working, work harder.
Yeah. What's one thing that people overcomplicate about business or marketing that's actually really simple?
The first move. Sometimes we plan for the 3-5 years and we get in our heads, but the first move can be simple.
Yeah. First step. Just take the step. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. What's one thing you believed about branding or marketing that turned out to be complete BS?
That it needs to be polished.
Progress, not perfection, people. Progress, not perfection. If your business had a voice, what emotion or word would it embody?
Soul.
What is one thing that you wish more people understood about your business or industry?
Liberation.
How has running your business changed you as a person?
Feeling alive.
That is the end of my magic hat round. These were so good. I loved it. So I do have a magic wand as well, because what fairy godmother doesn't have one? I mean, you have to have one, right? So I'm going to wave the wand and I'm going to go back to Leila before she went into corporate America. And I would love for you to give her a piece of advice that you wish you'd had before. What advice would you give her?
Take it easy.
In what way?
Take it easy on yourself. Stop beating yourself up.
What would she think of you now? If that young girl could talk to you and see you now, what would she think of you now? What would she say to you?
That I'm crazy.
In what way?
Because I achieved something that she would have never thought possible.
Never thought possible.
Yeah. Both for the others, but not for her.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm going to wave my wand and we're going to go into the future. What do you hope that people say about your brand 10 years from now?
Unconventional and unconventionally liberating. It's an unconventional way of doing business that works and that actually brings results.
Do you think in 10 years it will still be unconventional?
I think it will be obvious.
I hope it is.
And maybe people will think, how were you able to make a business out of that? This is obvious that all businesses should operate this way. At least I hope that it will be the case.
Yeah. Like, why didn't we do that before?
I wanted to be like Russian, you did like, duh.
Yes. So good. So good. Leila, where can our listeners connect with you and your work and learn more about your books and your work?
Yeah, I have a LinkedIn profile with my name, Leila Lahbabi. I have a YouTube channel that I just started where I recorded the series of videos to explain everything that I'm explaining in the book. So everything is there. I have a podcast that is called Billion Dollar Purpose as well, that is based on the book. The book is called Billion Dollar Purpose. There is the book that is on Amazon. So if you type my name, Billion Dollar Purpose, you will find the book, you will find the podcast, you will find the LinkedIn, you will find the Instagram, Leila LHB. And wherever your heart feels you want to connect, then that's fine. Some of us are video, some of us are audio, some of us are more readers. Feel free to follow your heart.
So good. Leila, this has been a really great conversation. Gosh, we need to have like real coffee in Morocco at some point.
Yeah, you're very welcome
I've
here.
heard that Moroccan coffee is very good, so maybe we have to have it there. I really appreciate your time today. I'm so glad it happened today.
Me too.
I really have enjoyed it. And for those of you that are listening and thinking, wow, I want this kind of clarity and confidence in my brand and in my business, you reach out to Leila or to myself and book a Brand Spark session. You just have to go to wickedlybranded.com/call. So I hope you found this episode of the Sparking At Your Marketing podcast as inspiring as I did. Please stay tuned for more episodes. And until next time, keep sparking and igniting.
And that wraps up today's episode of the Sparking At Your Marketing podcast. Remember, confidence is built one intentional step at a time. And every time you show up for your brand, you are proving to yourself and to your audience that you are ready for more. Speaking of more, I have something really exciting to share with you. Starting next season, the Sparking At Your Marketing podcast will have a brand new name, Wickedly Branded, the Marketing Podcast. We're making this change because we want to show up more wickedly branded ourselves, fully aligned with the bold, creative, and confident brand that we stand for. Back in March, we updated our entire brand from BC and Associates Marketing to Wickedly Branded, more bold, sassy, and magical brand that we truly feel resonates with us and the magic we've been creating for our customers for 13 years. So in season 6, we'll take everything you've learned about building brand confidence and business confidence and confidence in yourself and move it into the next phase. We call that brand activation. This is where strategy meets your soul, and we bring your brand to life with visuals and voice and a vibe that's undeniably you. So keep tuning in, keep building that confidence, and get ready because season 6 is going to be the spark that ignites your brand. And it's where we'll dare you to be wickedly branded.